We are at VO Atlanta 2016, and I'm standing here with Lance Blair.
That's me.
So he's a local talent.
Yeah, you came all the way from Japan, right?
Yes, I did. So,
I had a 15-minute drive.
Yeah,
great.
lucky.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have him here is he is sort of the pinnacle of the global online voice talent. And I mean, one of the reasons that so many people want to get involved is like now more than ever, the cost of entry, the accessibility is much more open than it used to be because of the internet and the lowering cost of equipment. And so I actually found out about Lance through the Voiceover bulletin board. He was very vocal with his opinion, but very friendly. And he also has an incredibly helpful blog. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Lance?
Okay, my blog is at my website, lanceblairvo.com, and I just try to look at voiceover not just from the talent's perspective, but also from a producer's or a director's perspective, because I come from a background of working at a film and media, TV, multimedia place back in Boston. And, I try to address what do directors and producers want to look for? And that's helpful for clients, but it's also helpful for
the
us,
talent,
us, because they get to say, oh yeah, that's what people want.
How can I better serve the client?
How can I serve clients? Again, that's what the blog comes down to. You nailed it. It's about voiceover services and trying to provide a service. And that's going to be something different for everybody.
And that's what I love is that you have so much. You have everything from gear. Like I'm a fellow gearhead too, and let's talk about that for a second. One of the things that I love about your outlook is that so many people, when they get started, you have these two extremes. You have that some people are like, I can get by with a $50 USB mic that I can plug into my computer, and then you have the opposite extreme where you're like, oh my gosh, everyone is using a Sennheiser 416 or a TLM 103 or U87. And in a Studio Bricks booth, and you're already putting out a second mortgage on your house because you're spending $5,000 on setting up a studio. But that's not your outlook at all. You seem to have a very affordable setup. And can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I try to say that there is affordable quality. And this wasn't true 10 years ago, but now there's so much gear that you can get mics and audio interfaces and say, for example, the CAD E100S or the new Rode NT1 that just came out, which is fantastic mic, and all kinds of, even the cheaper Neumanns and everything. And but also the thing that's makes the mid-range gear more usable is also that there are so many more great products for treating the acoustics of your room.
Yes, and that's what so few people so much emphasis is on the mic itself, and some people don't well, how are you going to get that into your computer? Yeah. And granted, you can a 2i2 or one of the $100 to $150 interfaces can go a long way. Yeah. But that's still, if you're not in a good place, it's going to sound like you're recording in a kitchen or a bathroom.
One of the best sounding recordings I ever did was I was on the road and I had a $70 Sennheiser dynamic mic with me. I took that, I jammed it into the back seat, the headrest of the car, and I jumped into the back seat of the car and I ran a mic cable out to the trunk and put my laptop in the trunk and recorded this, and there was this long form narration, and it sounded fantastic. And
amazing.
I was like, I don't think I want to do that all the time, but it worked
it's
really well.
It's nice to know it works, and that's
what,
because you've used a lot of these industry standards before,
yes.
And you turned them around. You didn't keep them.
Yes, I'm probably one of the few voiceover talents who owned a 416 and sold it. I owned a 103 and sold it. I worked at a studio where we had a U87 and a U89, and really didn't like either of them. We actually wound up using a old CAD.
The E100.
The E100. Mm-hmm. We used that instead of the U87. So
wow.
Go figure.
So, funny story about, we were talking about those two mics. For those of you who don't know, the CAD E100S is a relatively new mic. It came out a few years ago. I know VO blogger Paul Striquerda heavily recommended it, and then this sort of cascade of new talent is I must find this microphone. Yeah. And it's a fantastic mic. Between his blog and yours, I finally bought one. Yeah. And then it's funny, I had some technical issues with mine, so I needed a replacement, so I got the Rode NT1. And then he bought it based on my review. So it was just full circle.
Yeah.
And because we'd been talking back and forth for the last couple of years. And it
The
was just
student has become the
becomes
master.
But yes, Lance, it's so great to finally meet you in
Sean,
person.
thank
And
you.
thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. Wonderful to meet you. And
So
Check out all
if
the
people
great
want to
videos
get a
Sean
hold
has
of
here.
you, if they want to read your blog, or if they want to hire you as a voice talent,
Oh, don't do that, don't do that.
How can they get a hold of you?
LanceBlairVO.com. You know, one of those.
I'll never
VO
remember that.
One of those VO websites where people are like, "Is your name Blair Vo?" No.
Lance Blair Vo.
BlairVO.com. Thanks.
So I'm here with Lance Blairvo at VO.com or at VO Atlanta. All right. Say goodbye, Lance.
Bye.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
Lance.
Bye, Lance.